was in the U.S. Air Force from 1982 to 86. My first base was at McCord Air Force Base in Tacoma, Washington. I then went to Malmstrom Air Force Base in Great Falls, Montana, and then my last one was Bergstrom Air Force Base in Austin, Texas. While I was still working, there were a couple of incidences where I was walking with my colleagues and where we're talking and just walking normally, and then I go splat on the ground. I was not out, so to speak, at work. I hadn't told anybody I had MS. I just didn't want them to know because I didn't know what their reaction would be.
They don't want to go out in their communities if they feel like people are staring at them.
I didn't want to be a spectacle.
So they choose just to be by themselves.
My world really became the four walls here. I became non-existent practically. When I first came to the VA, I was very reclusive even there.
She was shy. We hardly saw her.
Someone told me a couple of years later that when people used to say hello to me, they said I barely even nodded to them, that I was really closed off. And it's interesting because all of my life I've been outgoing, but the MS kind of put the brakes on things, I guess.
What I want you to do.
One of the things that we try to look at is helping to improve quality of life. I think that's the business we're in. I am able to take care of that in conjunction with an interdisciplinary team. We have social services, we have physical therapists, occupational therapists, we have recreational therapy, aquatic therapy. At the end of it all, the goal is to have us be able to provide everything that a patient's mind, body, and environment would need.
In 2015, the wheelchair games came to Dallas. So Dr. Pacheco wanted everybody to participate. My first response about being on the team is that I'm not athletic, I'm not gonna make the team. Because in my mind, it was like going out for basketball when you're in high school. And they told me, oh, no, anybody can play.
All right, now when you pull down, think about bringing your elbows towards your side, keep your palms forward. I provide the strengthening and conditioning for our veterans who are participating in the adapted wheelchair sports. Recreational therapy then takes the individual and practices the actual sport. Feel the burn, push, nice. Participating in the strengthening and conditioning program really brought her out of her shell. She did not know that she could perform these activities.
And so it was fun to see how I progressed.
How's that feel?
That's good. It was also fun to realize that I really do have biceps. You know, I knew I had them, but I'd never seen them. And I finally developed some because I was working with the strength coach, and I'm very proud of that.
The first time I met Carla, she was pretty timid. As far as adaptive sports, she kind of didn't know what was going on, so it took a while for her to catch on, but everybody made her feel really welcome. It's an experience to be able to coach her, just because she's so willing to learn. She's so willing to give it her all. Even if she messes up 1,000 times, it doesn't matter until she gets it right, you know? That's what makes an athlete.
The first year that I was in the games, I was very surprised that I actually medaled. I received, I think, 2 golds and a silver that year, which was stunning. It was fun doing that. It's fun being a part of the group, you know.
We have guys that have been going for 10 plus years to the games, you know, and they love seeing her, you know. They love seeing her just give it her all.
There's something kind of infectious about it, being at the games and being with all the other people and the competitors, and I finally felt like and feel like I'm an athlete.
I remember the very first time I saw Carla after the games. She came in and asked to see me, to show off her medals, and to thank me for insisting that she join the games.
Carla realizing that she could participate in these games and win built her self-esteem. She realized, I can do it, and because of my diagnosis, it's not setting me back.
A couple of years ago, I was a poster child. I was on the promotional materials. That was amazing. I got off the plane and there was posters with me on it, posters throughout the city. And I wouldn't have done any of that if I hadn't started with the VA, getting out, doing things with the other veterans and the rec therapists. I wouldn't have had the confidence to do something like that. Hey, Jack, what's up?
I'm Carla. Hi, sweetie. Hey. I'm trying to get into the wheelchair games we're doing.
Yeah. In order to go to the games, they want you to volunteer.
Carla started to volunteer at our internet cafe and our recreational therapy lounge.
Okay, there you go. And that helped me to kind of develop friendships with a lot of different vets, to the point that if I'm not there for a couple of weeks.
I thought we were friends.
We are.
People are like, where were you? We've been looking for you and asking for you, which is kind of nice that people are concerned about me.
Carla's a big advocate of anything recreation, anything sports, anything that she's learning now, anything that's here on the unit that's being offered, she wants people to know about it.
I'm involved with the MS support group. I was skeptical about joining that group, but they were warm and engaging and inviting, and I've really developed some good friendships. We've been practicing bocce ball in the gym on Tuesday afternoon, so come by sometime.
Social support is a very important piece of our care for patients with multiple sclerosis.
And I think it's important to stay involved, to not allow yourself to become a recluse, just sitting back and watching the world go by on your cell phone. That closes you off, and I think that makes your life a little dimmer, a little smaller.
I've seen a lot of changes in Carla through the years. Carla has blossomed. She is no longer the shy, introverted patient that she used to be. She volunteers, she interacts with a lot of our other veterans. She also has used her voice as a platform for change for our veterans.
Dr. Pacheco has been pivotal in changing me, getting me to go out and do things. She's a really good cheerleader, good provider and encourager.
I think her interaction with the other veterans has allowed her to find something to do outside of her home and find purpose in her life.
She was at this point of her life way down. And now, because of her involvement in what's being offered, she's gotten all the way over here now. What else can someone ask for? You know, and this is my job, you know? This is what I do for a living. Like, sometimes it feels like I don't even come to work.
The VA provides incredible resources. They fulfill needs that you don't realize you have. They have for me. And I know that they would do it for other people as well.
It's very fulfilling for us as providers to see that we've actually made a difference.
So I think it's important for veterans to not just stay in the corner, but to come out and step out into the center and live their life.